गणपतिगं हवामहे कविं कवीनामुपमश्रवस्तमं ज्येष्ठराजं ब्रह्मणस्पत नः शृण्वन्नोतिभिस्सेदसादनम् ॐ श्रीमहागणपतये नमः। सरस्वत्यै नमो नित्यम् भद्रकाल्यै नमो नमः। वेदान्त विद्यास्थानेभ्यः च सदाशिवसमारम्भाम् शङ्कराचार्यमध्यमाम् अस्मदाचार्यपर्यन्ताम् वन्दे गुरुपरम्पराम्। श्रुतिस्मृतिपुराणानाम् आलयं करुणालयं नमामि भगवत्पादं शङ्करं लोकशङ्करम्। ॐ सहना भवतु सहनौ भुनक्तु सह वीर्यं करवावहै तेजस्विनावधीतमस्तु मा विद्विषावहै। ॐ शान्ति शान्ति शान्ति। ॐ पूर्णमदः पूर्णमिदं पूर्णात् पूर्णमुदच्यते पूर्णस्य पूर्णमादाय पूर्णमेवावशिष्यते। ॐ शान्ति शान्ति शान्तिः। We will chant 18th mantra, page 608. Please repeat. Idam vai tanmadhu dadhyam atharvanaha ashvibhya uvacha tadetadrishihi पश्यन् अवोचत् पुरश्चक्रे द्विपदः पुरश्चक्रे चतुष्पदः पुरः पक्षी भूत्वा पुरः पुरुषः आविशत् इति स वा अयं पुरुषः सर्वासु पुरुषो पुरीषयः नैनेन किञ्चन अनावृतं नैनेन किञ्चन असंवृतम् असंवृतम्. We were seeing the 18th mantra yesterday. One of the important summarizing mantra of Madhu Brahman. So, it is the style of Upanishad to explain in detail called Vyas Paddhati, and then to summarize it and recapping the whole thing, which is called Samas Paddhati. So, so that Upanishad and Gita themselves are teachers. So themselves they are the Guru. So they are telling the Sar portion of Madhu Brahman. And if you remember, Sar portion was that whole world is interdependent, not only interdependent, but be, when I say interdependent, it doesn't appear mithya to us. For us, yad drishyam tat satyam. We don't know the definition of mithya. We accept anityata. It is easy. I was mentioning one day. We accept world is anitya and we accept it. That word anitya means it won't be there. It is not permanent. Very common statement. You don't need any pravachan to hear that world is impermanent. But to know that word is asatya, you need lot of hard training of them, understanding. To know that world will not be there or this person will not be there in future and therefore he will be, it is anitya. So all darshans say that world is anitya. All darshan. No darshan says that world is not anitya. See, but none of the darshan other than Vedanta says that world is mithya. None other than Vedanta. So surprising. Mithya means it's not that easy to understand this mithya. Satyam is easy to understand, but mithya is complicated. When I say mithya, mithya means even when it is seen, it is not there. Something which does not have a substantial existence. When I see, supposing a fruit in the dream, so I'm not saying fruit is not there. Mithya is not non existent. I'm saying that because of which you are seeing the fruit is not because of the fruit you are seeing the fruit. Mithya word here is operative. The because of which I am seeing the fruit is not the fruit. I am seeing the fruit because of the dream seer or the existence in the dream. It does not have its own identity by itself. In other words, it does not have its own separate identity. When I see anybody here or any person here, we feel it's different thing, it is existing. Book is existing, person is existing, mm, flower is existing, paper is existing. Very easily, there is no doubt in our mind. And this is where we are wrong. This is where Upanishads are putting hard effort to give us a vision. And nothing is a belief here. There is nothing called belief. We are not believing that something Bhagwan Ram is in Saket. You have to believe. You have to believe that, you know, any god is in some lok. Here there is no belief involved. Here it is plain and understanding is there. And understanding is so right when supposing any son-in-law is there. He always stays with his rich father-in-law. By himself he is not rich, but living in the house he gets respect, he gets honor, he gets the car, or he gets a good status. So you will always say he does not have its own independent identity. Very commonly we will say, Bole that carness, that glitter which you see is not his at all. By himself he is only a middle class man. He can't afford such big houses or luxurious car. It is all because of his father-in-law. You will easily say. So that portion through which he appears as rich or appears as more, flamboyant person or more having a status, you will say it is mithya that it is seeing on him. This portion is mithya in him. His middle class portion is real, but this superimposition, the moment he goes out and his father in law says, you go and start your own, he will not be having this thing. So, moment any name and form, if you do not bring the Atma or the existence aspect, it will fall down its identity. This, it does not have its own identity. We feel the identity because we are not able to differentiate between existence and name and form. The existence is a different matter. Name and form is a different matter. If existence was name and form, so with the death or with the removal of the name and form, existence also would have gone. But, but I give the example also. If something is burnt, I say this desk is existing here. Existence is. I say I burn it, I remove it off. Still, you will say that desk was there. Here, once upon a time, there was a desk. Now it is there. Well, desk is not existing. Is it there or not? So there is existence of non-existence. Is there not? So non-exist existence portion is totally different than the name and form portion. Existence portion is a total different thing than the name and form. And this is where we have to catch. This is where we will be growing in our vision. This is where we will score. If we miss that, then we will miss everything. Are you getting? I remove that. I remove that. Like in the dream, I remove the dream world, but the consciousness could not be removed even after removal of the dream world. So after which which cannot be negated, which cannot be falsified, which cannot be terminated, even in pralay. Please note where that book is there, that it's there itself existence is there. And you use the word it is not existing now. But we don't pay attention there. We cannot say that no existence is existing. There is a non-existence we say, but actually speaking, there is existence there, which you are saying non-existence with respect to the disk. Because nothing is existing here, but existence is there. Existence is there, which is not gone. But the same existence was not seen because of the name and form. This point, 2 points. One is mithyatva of the world, and other is the substratum which is not mithya, which is ever true. This is the essential point of the Madhu Brahman portion, which you had seen yesterday. It is more an aberration is in seeing. It is not aberration in doing. Vedanta is not interested in changing what you are doing, what you are not doing. It is more interested that you see the false as false and true as true. And what is the definition of false? Definition of false is swa abhav adhishthan manatvam mithyatvam, which is seen in its absence. Where it is not there, it is seen. Please, here is where all collapse. Anityata is easy to understand. But mithyat is difficult to understand. Swa abhav adhisthane bhasmanatvam mithyatvam, which is seen where it is not there. Like the snake is seen in the rope where the snake is not there. Like the silver is seen on the shell where the silver is not there. I hope this point is clear because I see the world. So how can you say it is not there? How can you say it is false? I'm interacting with it. I'm behaving with it. I am getting sorrows and joy also. I'm tormented also. I'm excited also. It gives fulfillment also to me. These logics a person may use. And I will say, Upanishad says, then the dream world also get excitement. Dream world also you are tormented. Dream world also you are very happy and sad. Being happy and sad about something is not the criteria of truth of that. Or I'm seeing that is not the criteria. You see the sun moving. You see that the earth is horizontal. You see the mirage waters. Seeing is not an issue here. Issue is ध्यान देना abadhittatvam. Abadhitvam. Issue is that it should not be absent at any time. This is the criteria of satyatva. If something will be absent at some time, ध्यान देके सुनना. That means it is dying. That means it was born. It is dying. That it was born. Jatasi dhruvam mrityu. Dhruvam janma mritasya cha. So it was born. When I say it was born, then you say that the name was born. Form was born. Form was born. Form. ध्यान देना. From the gold, form was born. Acha. Now the form was born from where there was no form. So from the absence of form, form was born. And therefore, I'm not talking about the gold, that form which is come from absence and goes back into absence. It's existing in its absence. So this will be the central point here where I am going to take. Yes. Let us now see. First two lines are common. Idam vaitan madhu dadhyang atharvanah ashvibhyam vacha. Remember, this is the third rishi, the onlooker rishi. He was commenting. He has seen before both met, during the meeting, what heard. He was hearing also because he's told this was told. And after that also he is telling that. He is a reporter rishi. Report कर रहे हैं ये. He is not a part of a conversation directly, but he heard. Hmm? So what is here? Let us see. ठीक है? Getting this point, not getting this point. ऐसा ही. Let us see now. So tad etad rishihi. Tad etad rishihi. This is the rishi what I am talking about. See rishihi. क्या बोलते हैं? पश्यन. देखते हुए अवोचत. Pashyan, that means he saw everything what was going on. That means these two, Dadhyang Rishi, not that Rishi, Dadhyang Rishi and Ashwini Kumar did not say, please go away. It's our personal talk going on. This also is there. That means they had allowed him to stay, also see the whole thing. What is there? Puraschakre Dvipadaha. So Puraschakre. Pura is द्वितीय विभक्ति. चक्रे. चक्र नहीं, चक्कर में पड़ गया. चक्रे. कृ धातु इज देयर. चक्रे. बोले चक्र आ गया वहां भगवान का. चक्र कुछ नहीं है. क्रू धातु इज देयर. आत्मनेपदी इज देयर. अच्छा, प्रथम पुरुष एक वचन. सो चक्रे. He created It's called lit. Lit. Distant past. Who lit? Lit. Lamp? No, no, no. Not lamp lit. This is a word. This is called past tense in Sanskrit. Not he lit the lamp. Lit. Lit. Like present tense is called lut. Lut. There is something called tenses and moods. Well, that I have. No, this is in Sanskrit. Like present tense. Patati padta patanti, padsi padsa pathami pathao pathama. This is called lut. Lut lakar. Lut lakar. One is called lot. Lot doesn't mean हम लोट पोट हो गए. Lot is called imperative. Patatu patatam patantu. Pat patat patat pathan pathao patham. So that is there. It is called lot. This is called, it's a mood. First tense, past tense, present tense. Present tense is called present tense. So past is called past tense. Like apatat, apatatam, apatan. Huh? This is past tense. And this is Sanskrit class or this? Listen, this is padadu, patatam, padadu. There is something called vidiling. Vidiling is called imperative, potential. Pathet, pathetam, patheyuhu. Patheyuhu, he should do it. Pathet, tayor vasham na gachet. Strong command is given. It doesn't represent past, it represents mood. Just I'm giving you some trailer. So, chakre word is there. Chakre. Kru dhatu is there. Just to ignite interest. Maybe somebody will get interested and start learning someday. Oh, for that, yes, I'm tenting. So, thoda mota to jaan le. Puraha. Puraha. Puraha means this is Dvitiya Vibhakti is there. Object. So, I told that use Paramatma there. Paramatma is nominative. Paramatma Puraha Chakre. Pura means body, gross body. Pura means gross body. This is Rephant. Rephant. It concludes in Ra. Sanskrit words Rephant. Like Ram ends in A. This is called Akarant. Mala ends in A. So that is called Akarant. Nadi ends in E. That is called Ikarant. Okay, okay, okay. So that pur word is there. Pur word goes like puhu purau purah. Puram purau purah. So this is called accusative. Accusative plural. So purah. Purah means he created a gross body. Who? Paramatma. And Dvipadaha is adjective of purah. Dvipadaha means two-legged. The gross body of all two-legged. ठीक है? Please note, very important point. Yesterday I was saying that because he created, so whole world has come from Chetan. Yesterday we were thinking about that. Science says world has come from inertness. I touched upon that. And with the combination of the inert thing, the Chetan emerges. They use the word conscious. He is conscious. Consciousness came because of a certain combination of elements. Consciousness is the result of combination of inert things. ये बोल देते हैं वो. And therefore they say, if you don't say, then why the consciousness went away? The person is dead. Why the consciousness went away? It was not there. So they confuse between being conscious and consciousness. Both are different. Got it? Being conscious is different and consciousness is different. When you say being conscious, It means expression of consciousness to the subtle body is there. That is called being conscious. He's alive. He's conscious. Consciousness is different. I had another given a word, sentience. Sentient. Don't confuse both. Dead body also has consciousness, but is not conscious. This is also not conscious. Why? Because subtle body is not there. Dhyan dena. When the reflection of the consciousness is in subtle body, then the subtle body which is inert becomes sentient or conscious, not consciousness. Got it? Nahi? No, not got it. When the subtle body is there and the consciousness reflects in the subtle body, then subtle body is conscious. One is called hot, other is called heat. Fire is hot or heat? Hot. Fire is hot or heat. Acha, water is hot or water is heat? Water is hot. Fire is heat. Water is hot. When the heat reflects in something, it is called hot. Fire is not heat. Sorry, water is not heat. Water is hot. Okay, okay, okay. I hope. So it is essential nature is not consciousness. Wait, later. So fire is, we will say, heat reflected in the water or a vessel. We'll call it hot. Water is hot. Huh? This vessel is hot. Food is hot. Food is not heat. Food is hot. My soup is hot. Soup is hot. Somebody will give very hot soup. They will give, supposing. They will add always very hot. But it's very hot. Be careful. बहुत गर्म है. उनको लगता है वैसे ही ले लेंगे. हमको वार्न कर देते हैं. It's very hot. Don't get burnt. Everybody something very hot water anybody gives, he definitely says it's very hot. Be careful. In the aircraft, when I ask me very hot water, they'll give. Definitely they will say one line, it's very hot. So now please get my point here. When I say conscious, if you say from inertness consciousness has come, then you are supposing that space was there. Space was already existing if you are saying that from inert consciousness was there. Because in space only you can see something inert. Why? Fine, very good. If space was already there and from space the consciousness came out, there will be very serious problems. What are the problems here? Number one problem will be, I mentioned yesterday, from inert consciousness comes out, that means somebody was there to see that from inert consciousness came out and therefore consciousness was already there. And from if his space consciousness came out, then where from space has come? You have to assume that space was eternal. Then you have to assume that if space is there, time also will be there. Time is also eternal. All are against the Vedanta, because Vedanta says etasmat jayate prana mana sarvendriyani cha kham. Etasmat jayate prana mana sarvendriyani cha kham. Kham buddhirapah. So etasmat jayate prana manas, space has come. And from space, if the consciousness comes out, so you have to feel, you have to say that space was already there. That means inert was already there. And if inert was there, and from inert anything comes out, consciousness comes out, then you have to say consciousness was already in inert, because the effect has to be in the cause. So that means consciousness should have the nature of inertness. And inert means, supposing this is inert, which does not know itself, doesn't know others. That means I should have experience. I don't know myself, neither I know others. And therefore, from the consciousness, inert cannot come out. Sorry, from the inert consciousness cannot come out. Second point. If from if from space consciousness had come out, that means the space, without the space consciousness cannot exist. Because this is the cause. Then in the deep sleep, you have no experience of bhutakash, but you have experience of consciousness. That means it has no relation with it. If A can exist without B and B can exist without A, that means they are not related. Similarly, in the deep sleep, it can exist without the thought and without the bhutakash. That means consciousness is different than the inertness. नहीं पकड़ में आया? Huh? If from this space consciousness had come out, then space will become cause. Space will become cause. And if space becomes a cause, then cause and effect cannot be separated like gold. Gold cannot be separated from ornament. Then in the dream, there is no experience of the bhutakash or this space, but experience of I is there. Therefore, therefore, it cannot be the effect of space or effect of any inertness. If you have got it, very good. If you have not got it, please revise. Maybe it will click someday. Well, when? That's up to you. Well, I can click a camera. That is okay. So from the consciousness, world has come out. ध्यान देना. If the inert was the cause, third reason, if the inert was the cause, consciousness will dissolve in inertness. But you heard in Ajat Shatru Prakran, that sleeping person, Supta Purush, that whole world dissolve in the self and not otherwise. This is the third reason. Okay, okay. Fourth reason. If the inert consciousness has come out from inert, because this is our intellect, and therefore we are trying to put a point. If consciousness has come out from inertness, so consciousness will never be infinite, it will be ever limited. But in the deep sleep, consciousness is infinite, we experience, and therefore consciousness can be experienced without any inertness of time and space, and therefore it is not the nature of time and space. Fourth point. Madhya. If consciousness has come, भाई मान लिए नहीं आया, आप छोड़ दीजिए, please go ahead. No, I'm believing it that consciousness has not come out from inertness. अब मान ले रहे हैं आप परेशान मत होइए. Continue. Please don't forget the last day. You are teaching us the first day. Still there are certain verses. And only 2 classes are there. If, listen, okay, if consciousness has come out from inertness, not getting boring. It is very interesting. Very interesting. Vedanta is so beautiful. I cannot explain. देखो शास्त्र विरोध तो है ही है. I'm talking about logic also. Because in the scripture it is said tasmad va tasmad atmana akasha sambhuta. This comes in Taittiriya. In third value of Taittiriya it comes yato vaimani bhutani jayanti in jatani jivanti. In the third value of Taittiriya. And here also you heard that from that it came. From that. In Mundak it comes etasma jayate prana mana sarvendriyani cha kham vayor jyotirapa prithvi vishwasya dharani. Same comes in Kaivalya also. In Chandog it comes Sadev Som idam agre asit. In Aitri it comes Atma va idam agre asit. किसको किसको जुटलाएंगे? तो वो बोल ही रही है. So they are all false. They are all false then you. If एक एक बात और सुनो चलते चलते बोले आपका चलते चलते रुक जाता है मामला. So in if from inert consciousness has come out, that means there was no God. There was no God. Because inertness was there. You say in the beginning God was not there. ठीक है? So this world has come out. This this world which is highly having intelligence. Please note, people say that nature has intelligence. Intelligence of the nature cannot be of the nature. If intelligence is reflecting in the nature, see the body how intelligent it is. Eyes. You saw the Ganges yesterday. Imagine how much water is being released by Gomukh. It is the water which is released, actually. It is not that water which has been opened somewhere. And I am stunned when I went to Gomukh. Gomukh is just like that. It's not that very big. हमें ये नहीं समझ में आया आज तक कितना पानी आता कहां से. Somebody has gone to Gomukh. You don't. Ice is not melting with this speed. कितना आइस मेल्ट करेगा कि continuously it is flowing perennial incessantly. My God. And this ocean, this goes to the ocean, traveling around 3,000 kilometers. From ocean it evaporates. All the water that drowns a city, it is river water only, which goes to the ocean. Ocean level is maintained. Intelligence देखो आप. Ocean's water is maintained in its own level. If ocean was not salty, you will not have salt. If water was not there, then you won't have human beings. Each thing is so much connected with so much of finer details that it will surprise you. The river bed, what you see here, you know why it is making sound? Because it is hitting the stones continuously. If a stone was not there and only mud was there, water will all sink inside. सब अंदर चला जाएगा water. So there is a river bed which is taking the water in its own path. Thanks to Bhagirath ji. He was the first civil engineer who went on this path. क्या क्या सुनाया आपको? Intelligence. If you say from inert, that means the world should not be intelligently made. You have to agree that whether it is a galaxy of stars or the planet, solar system, whether it is our body, whether it is your brain, there is left side of the brain and right side of the brain. The brain, all the brain, the nerves are there. It is all connected to each other. Each part of that of your body is connected to the brain. See, I'm not in medical profession. Neither I have read, but this is very general knowledge. And this backbone is a conduit through which our nerves go. Is there? Huh? So it is going everywhere. Therefore, if you put the feet on some fire, it signal goes to the brain, and brain signals that please get out. Remove the feet. इतना intelligence है. When the baby is in the womb of the mother, milk in the breast is already formed. Starts getting formed. Accident होगा. Accident होगा भाई. When a person gets old, his slowly his beauty also goes away. Why? Because if supposing old person was very good looking, then somebody will also propose to him, and the still he will think of marrying, or others will think of marrying. But when he is young is there when he is in teens or in 20s or early 30s, then he'll appear very smart, beautiful, handsome. These words we use. You know why? Because marriage hona chahiye. Otherwise, how the children will be there for the next generation? Everywhere there is a super intelligence means creation of definite cause for a definite effect, so that a fruit of action can be produced. That is called intelligence. If the inert was first, that means God was not there. If God was not there, how can the intelligent world be created? How can anybody get the fruit of action? Because nobody is recording anything. That means only one birth is there. There is no rebirth and past birth. So the beautiful structure of the world will not be there. And also karm phal data Ishwar won't be there. It will all be chaos then. It will all be die away. So these are 5 reasons we saw why initially inertness cannot be there. Okay, I understand. आपको fruit of action मिलता है. You cannot avoid that fruit of action. The wombs, itself is a big miracle. How the baby is born in the womb is manifested. This much lump of 5 element, in that eyes coming out, body coming out. Therefore, Manush Devta we had seen, and hand coming out, the stomach coming out. All the intestines are there. They are born in it, and to hold it, umbilical fluid is there. Then from the mother's navel, the supply chain is given through which it gets its nourishment. कोई बोलता ही नहीं है. बोले हाँ अंडरस्टैंड डोंट वरी. क्या आगे बढ़िए. पूरा चक्र, because this is our studies. All the classes, they don't talk about God. They talk about creation. They talk about physics, chemistry. But everything they use the word, it is natural. It is from nature. Nature is intelligence. Somehow nature हमारे मन में भर दिया गया है, जो कि बिल्कुल गलत है. So see the Paramatma Purush Chakre. I hope you understand that. है ना? देखो कितना कितना कुछ है. Then the boys, the baby, because the baby is being created. Now it can't be created outside. It needs a very close system to create. It needs a protected membranes all around. Therefore, it is in the womb. It cannot grow outside because outside infection is there, bacteria are there, dust is there, pollens are there. उसमें infection आ जाएगा. Or somebody is careful, he may die also. So it is well protected in the womb. एकदम packed चारों तरफ से. And same baby, when he grows up, he knows I cannot live here now. I am growing now. So similarly, It throws out. Slowly it throws out. Wow, क्या भगवान की महिमा है. And he is out. And he is upside down. That baby like a cashew nut is there. ऐसे. Supposing the baby feet was down and head was up. Very difficult to bring him out. But लोग बोलते हैं उल्टा पैदा हुआ है. But it is like this. It is like this. And therefore, there is a way. They use a suction also nowadays to suck that baby's head out. You must have heard all these things. आप उसको accident कैसे बोलते हो? Because that baby's body is inert. Inert cannot act on inert. In the inert, there is a consciousness which is called antaryami that keep on pushing. Karta cannot be karm. Doer cannot be done. On which action is done cannot be the doer. My tongue is moving, but tongue cannot move by itself. There is a doer behind the tongue which pervades the tongue which moves it. And therefore, this world is not inert only. There is a consciousness running behind this inert world. अरे भाई, I understood. चेतन से जड़ आया है, हम मान ले रहे हैं. आप चलिए आगे. Inert has come later on. I am convinced now. हम क्या करें? कूद जाएं. हम करें क्या? Inert आया है. I believe it. नहीं, आप कैसे नहीं बिलीव करोगे? You have to understand that. अरे, I understood it. I will write notes also. आप इसको इतने कन्विंस हो जाना चाहिए कि यही सही है. And then second point is, which is that consciousness is not the nimitta karan only. It is not the efficient cause only. It is easy to believe in God, but difficult to believe in that God which He Himself has become everything. Because if God was only the efficient cause, He'll become finite God. I told also, He will be in some space to make the world. He need another material cause. He'll become limited in time and space. If God is limited in time and space, then He will die. So God की पुण्य तिथि होगी फिर. हम लोग श्रद्धांजलि देंगे. अब गॉड नहीं रहा, खत्म हो गया. अब नया गॉड कहां से लाए हम? आप समझो इन सब बातों को. We skip these important points and we just believe in some dogma, some cult. And biggest thing what I saw in Gurudev, he never forced me to believe anything. He said, see, this is the thing. Now you yourself think and let me know. You have to get convinced on this point. I'm not asking you should believe in what I am saying. Very favorite statement. You say you understand that. If God is not upadan karan, dhyan dena, then the God will become finite, limited. Then God will become a shape. Then the problem will be that Srishti will be godless. That means cause has gone away. Then who will give the fruit of action? Who will maintain the creation? And therefore, God has to be Upadan Karan. Now, that Upadan Karan cannot be other than consciousness because God is only one. And therefore, abhinna nimit upadan karan. But consciousness cannot change to become something. Therefore, the world which will be created will not be real. And therefore, he is pura chakre. From himself only he created and manifested the gross body. Okay. And in intermediate steps are there. Space came, fire came, water came, etc. All these things are in Upanishad. Dvipadaha, Puraschakre, Chatushpadaha, four-legged human beings. No, four-legged Animals were created. And here also Pura will be, this will be the adjective of Pura. Pura is there. Chatushpada you see, and adjective of this Chatushpada is adjective of Pura. That gross body which has 4 legs. Please note my point. माया देखो आप. पुर मतलब क्या होता है? जहां कोई ड्वेल करे. Somebody lives, that is called Pur. So he has become now Pur, not Puri. Pur. Puri. Puri nahi. Puri. Give me Puri. And somebody says, give me half Puri. This is contradiction. Puri means full. How can it be half? It's like saying, give me hot ice. You can't get a half. उसका नाम ही है पूरी. आधी पूरी, आधी नहीं होगी वो पूरी होगी. One day Puri was here, right? अच्छा पूरी was there. तब क्या कहना है? Only thing, if morning breakfast food is then we should not have 11 o'clock. पूरी डोसा ये सब. डोसा नहीं था. अच्छा इनको आता नहीं होगा बनाना. Easy, idli is easier. And dosa is difficult. She can make, but don't make. Puraha. So he created. Please, because we are very strongly believing God created something like that. ऐसे भगवान ने बना दिया था ऐसे कुछ करके. भगवान अलग है, बनाने वाला बनने वाली चीज अलग है. ये बड़ा इजी है समझना इसको. Therefore, three example नाभि सृजते गृणते च, that was told. So now, what is written here? Please see. Please see. I had mentioned this mantra had 3 important points: Shruti, Srishti Shruti, Anupravesh Shruti, and Mahavakya Shruti, if you remember that. So we have seen Srishti Shruti. Now we will see Anupravesh Shruti. What happened now? Puraha, Sah. उस पूरा को छोड़ देना. सह मतलब वही परमात्मा. पक्षी भूत्वा पुरः पुरुषा आविशत. अब क्या हो गया? ये क्या है? बोले ही बिकेम बर्ड एंड एंटर द बॉडी. बोले भगवान है कि मजाक है. पक्षी भूतवा ही बिकेम अ बर्ड. ये क्या बात करते हैं लोग? आप लोग क्या बच्चों की स्टोरी सुना रहे? ही बिकेम अ बर्ड एंड एंटर दैट बॉडी. पूरा. हाँ. अब आपको हियर इज वेयर वाच्यार्थ इज नॉट वर्किंग, यू हैव टू गो फॉर लक्ष्यार्थ. Now you please see the bhashya here. Bhashya. Please see next page 609. Second paragraph. See here. One word is coming puraha in the beginning, other is coming pura at the later on. So first pura is before, earlier. Second pura is city. So one that is indeclinable. It can't be declined. First pura. Purahasa. And again pura is coming. Sutudu pura is there. So first pura is before purastat. And second pura is gross body. Just be careful. पक्षी कहां से आ गया? बता रहे ना. होल्ड करो. हैव पेशेंस. अच्छा, see the now भाष्य. Page 609, second paragraph. पुरः पुरस्तात् स ईश्वरः. देखो आप. पक्षी लिंग शरीरम. अंडरलाइन दैट प्लीज. पक्षी लिंग शरीरम भूत्वा. पक्षी मतलब लिंग शरीर. सटल बॉडी इज कॉल्ड पक्षी हियर. कमाल है यार. वाह भाई वाह, क्या बात है. पक्षी को सटल बॉडी बोल दिया. देखो आप, दिस इज जीनियस हियर. देखो, लिंग शरीरम भूत्वा. एंड सेकंड पुरा शरीराणि Purusha avishati ityasyarthim achaste shruti. I hope you have got this point. A very rare point is there. In no Upanishad I have studied that this subtle body is called Pakshi. Tell me why it is called Pakshi? Because this whole world is compared to a tree. अधश्चोर्ध्वं प्रसृतास्तस्य शाखाः गुणप्रवृद्धा विषयप्रवालाः अधश्च मूलान्यनुसन्ततानि कर्मानुबन्धीनि मनुष्यलोके. ये पेड़ है. पेड़ में पक्षी तो रहेंगे. जीव body goes and this hops from one branch to another branch. तो पक्षी बोल दिया इसको. किसको? सटल बॉडी. Okay, okay. And therefore in Mundak also, two birds has been used. Dva suparna sayuja sakhayaha samanam vraksham parishashva jate tayoranya pippalam swaduvatti anashnan nanyo abhichakashiti. There are two birds. ना ईश्वर को बर्ड बोला, लेकिन वहां पे बर्ड ईश्वर और जीव को बोला. यहाँ पे सीधे सटल बॉडी को पक्षी बोल दिया. I hope this point is clear. If you don't have this commentary, you will speculate what is the meaning of pakshi. Pakshi कहाँ से घुस गया हमारे अंदर? In the gross body, how can bird enter? So pakshi bhutva parah. Here purah means gross body. This purah avishat. क्या है यार? कमाल है. This is called anupravesh shruti. From till chatushpada is srishti shruti. Srishti shruti. This is called anupravesh shruti. Acha, acha. What is the meaning of anupravesh? It entered the gross body. No, I didn't. How can it enter the gross body when he was Ishwar, an all-pervading Ishwar? How can he enter the gross body? Please understand. Give me explanation. I'll give you a moment. It is not a physical entry. It is the notional entry. How? Because although consciousness was all-pervading, ध्यान देके सुनना, same consciousness appeared as the gross body. Now same consciousness became the subtle body, and entering into gross body means it identified with the subtle gross body. Now reflection of that consciousness in the subtle body is called anupravesh. Like he has entered into youthfulness. There is no physical entry. That is entered. He has identified. His definition about himself has changed. He isn't. Somebody got married. So they say you are entering into a married life. You are entering into a husbandhood now. You are no longer a bachelor. You are no longer a bachelor. From bachelor, you have become husband. You are entering into a husband's life. Be careful now. Entry समझ में आ गया ना? It is not a physical entry. It's a all-pervasive consciousness is appearing as reflected consciousness. This is entry. 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 They used to say entry without entrance. It is not entry. Sun has entered into the bucket full of water. Really, it is not entering. When I made the pot, the total space entered the pot space. ध्यान देकर सुनना. I made a pot, and now the total space entered into the pot space. How can some entry is possible of something which is not there in that? How can total space enter into the pot space? It entered into the pot space by thinking I am a pot. This, my definition about me has changed. This is called Pravesh Shruti. Entry. In Taitri it comes so kamayata ekoham bahusyam praja yeti sa tapotapyata sa tapas taptva idagam sarvam abhavata asrijata. He has become as if. This is avishat. Please note, avishat is not physical avishat. It is entering. Like you entered into the dream. It's not physical entry. बोले जब हम सपने में गए थे, ऐसा लोग बोलते हैं, हम जब सपने में गए, तुम गए कहां थे सपने में? चल के गए थे? ट्रेन से चल के गए थे? फ्लाइट से गए थे? कि 11 नंबर से गए थे? 11 नंबर वॉकिंग, वॉकिंग इसको बोलते 11 नंबर की बस है, 11 नंबर बस, वॉकिंग, 2 feet इज, चल के गए थे। आप बोलते हैं हम सोने जा रहे हैं, बिस्तर पे बैठो आप, यू आर सिटिंग ऑन द बेड एंड यू आर यूजिंग एक्सप्रेशन हम सोने जा रहे हैं। जा रहे हैं इज नॉट फिजिकल जा रहे हैं, you are going to disidentify here and identify there. It's a movement in identification that is called entry. I'm going to enter the deep sleep, I'm going to enter the dream. I understand. Interesting. Sounds quite interesting. But why they have said like that? इसको ऐसे ही बोल देते, इसको ऐसे नहीं बोला. Why? To tell that all pervasive Paramatma is appearing as a Jiva. It is appearing as a Jiva. Anupravesh Shruti is there. Anupravesh Shruti. First was Srishti Shruti. Second is Anupravesh Shruti. This comes many times in Taittiriya, etc. Who enter kiya, the infinite, forgetting its infinite nature and identifying with the finite. This is called entry. Like total space forgot and became part space. Like, just giving example. Entry. Similarly, I have become enclosed consciousness. That consciousness, which was having no time in space, I become enclosed by the cage called body. If body is moving, I am moving. Body is walking, I am walking. Body is short, I am short. Body is tall, I am tall. There was in English one poet also, Longfellow. he, he was very tall. This is called Longfellow. Body is dark, I am dark. Like shirt is dark, you say I am dark. Body is, fair, I am fair. Body is bald, head is bald, I say I am bald. सब इसको बोलती क्या तमाशा बना रखा आपने? What has happened this? ये क्या हो गया आपको? हे भगवान, हे भगवान, ये क्या हो गया? You are without time and space. ये क्या हो गया आपको? Body has become old. Body has become old, no problem. It is okay. Like bedsheet becomes old. Huh? Or like supposing your car become old. You're not old. It's old is the bedsheet. Old is the car. You're not become old. Because you are not connected to the dharma of the body. When body was not there, then also you were there. You catch the vivaksha of the Shruti. Vivaksha means vaktumicha. Really what it wants to communicate. It is not wanting to communicate that I entered. Like a man entering into the room. It is not wanting to communicate like the dog entered into the house or the car entered into the garage. It is not wanting to communicate this. It is wanting to communicate that it was a It was an intellectual error of identification and forgetting that. This is that you entered. बोले हम जब सोने गए थे, हम जब सपने में गए, गए गए क्या बोल गए कहां, आप फॉरगेट कर गए कहीं को, and you identified with another thought. That is called entry. I entered into old age now. I entered into brahmacharya ashram. I entered into sannyas ashram. Oh, pakshi bhutva. Avishat, what I'm describing. Avishat. Same purusha. Avishat. Avishat. I hope you have got this point. Now, now explaining. Now, same Upanishad is explaining it more clearly. What is explaining? I told you it's quite a important mantra. See, in one mantra, so many ideas they have put. Now, see, it is saying here, next word, Sava ayam Purusha Sarvasu Purushuhu Purishaya. Full stop. Now, Upanishad is not clarifying that. Why I use the word Avishad. And he's defining the word Purush. Purush. Will I know Purush? What man? No, not that Purush. Somebody said Purush Suk, there should be Stri Suk. It is not that Purush Suk. We have Devi Sukt. Don't worry about that. It is not that man's Purush Suk is talked about Paramatma. Not that Purush, what you say. Man, Purush is three Purush. Not that Purush. Now, Purush has two derivatives in Sanskrit. Derivative number one, Puri Shainath. Puri Shainath. Puri matlab in the gross body. Shainath matlab in the gross body, the subtle body is there. In the gross body, subtle body is there. One who is in the gross body with the subtle body. Puri Shainath. Because Paramatma. And Shainath means it is not active there. It is Drishta. But it is identified with the gross and subtle body. Therefore, it is called Shainath. Puri Shainath. Acha, acha. And therefore, Purush word is used. Purush. And then see what is written. Sarvasu Purshuhu. Sarvasu. देखो कितनी बड़ी बात बोल दिया यार यहाँ पे इन्होंने. हाय राम, अब क्या करें? क्या पता है क्या बोल दिया आपने? सेकंड मीनिंग ऑफ पुरुष इज देयर. पूरयति, नॉट डेरिवेटिव. पूरयति, सर्वम, दैट विच फिल्स ऑल. फिल्स ऑल. सर्वासु पुरुषु. पुरुषु. अच्छा. हाँ. सर्वासु पुरुषु. What is the meaning of Purshu? In all Pur. In all Pur. He is feeling in, he is in all Pur. That means he is in all body. How? As a bird. हाँ. अरे यार ऐसे कैसे हो सकता है? He is in all. Sarvasu Purushu. See the word here. He is in all. अच्छा. मतलब मतलब अभी तो आप बोले he entered and now he is in all. Just now you said entered and now saying he is on all. That means entry was false. Entry was false. Reflected consciousness was false. He's not. If he is in all Purush, in all body, how can he be in one body only? How can he enter? In all bodies, animal's body also, ant's body also, an auntie's body also. He is an infant also, an elephant also. And sometimes infant may be like elephant. So, Sava, I am Purusha. Sava, I am Purusha. Some children are very, very fat. So, Sarvasu Purushu, in all the beings, एंजॉय करो अपनिषद को, कहाँ कुछ. And then, and who is he? Purishayaha. Purishaya means he is sleeping in the pool. That means he is inactive. I hope. Purishaya means dwelling in the body. He is in the body and outside the body. That means he is not entered. This is explanation of the word Srishti. Anupravesh Srishti. Well, can you give me some example? Of course. How? Dream example. You are in all dream bodies. You are in all dream. Still you are in one body you have entered. Still you are in the one body as a dreamer. But is on all the dream bodies are moving because of you only. So you are all pervading in the dream. But still you entered. This is paradox. This is false. Clear हो गया होगा. Now see. 2. Last is Mahavakya Shruti, if you remember that. नैनेन. नैनेन मतलब नहीं आंख से, नैन से. हाँ, बोले आंख से इसने किंचन, कुछ छिपाया. किंचन अनावृतम. दिस इज नैनेन नहीं है हिंदी वाला नैन. इट इज न एनम न एनेन. न एनेन. अनेन न. 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 एनेन नॉट अनेन. डबल है ना. नैनेन. अगर ए होता अनेन होता तब हाँ आना नहीं हो जाता. ये नैनेन. व्हाट इज रिटन हियर प्लीज सी. न अनेन किंचन. न अनेन किंचन अनावृतम. It is using double negative. It is not that Purush is not covering anything. It is not that Purush is not covering everything. Understood? That means it's covering everything. But why it is said that, why double we are using, हमको परेशान कर रहे. Because the language which you use, it wants to negate. You think Purush is not everywhere. Therefore, it is not covering everything. Everything it is covered by Purush. Otherwise, you say my Chetan is not covering whole world. It is here only. The sense of localization has been taken away here. It is not that it is not covering everything. It is covering everything. Sometime your teacher is explaining to a student, you are foolish. This is I'm not saying like that. Because he thinks teachers think I'm foolish. So he is using double negative to say that. बोले तुम गलत हो. हम गलत है ऐसा हम नहीं कह रहे. ये ऐसे बोल सकते तुम गलत नहीं हो. This thing can be said by तुम गलत नहीं हो. लेकिन to add emphasis, he says तुम गलत हो. ऐसा हम नहीं कह रहे हैं. Similarly, it is not that Purush is not covering everything. Oh my God. See the intelligence there. Okay. I will not complete chapter 3. I'm not saying like that. Instead of saying that I'll complete chapter 3, I'm saying I'll not complete chapter 3. I'm not saying like that. Why? Because this sentence is in your mind. I have to negate this sentence. And therefore, I'm using this expression. I hope you got it. Double negative is used to assert something. अच्छा, that means अब तत्वमसी हो गया. यहाँ पे महावाक्य आ गया. एक और नैनम आया है. देखो, न नैनेन किंचन असंवृतम. देखो सेकंड वर्ड देखो. संवृतम मीन्स dwelling. It is not that it is not in something else. Na enam asamritam. It is not dwelling in something. It is not like that. It dwells. It inherits everything. It is not inheriting something. It is not like that. It is not that it is not inheriting something. That means it is inheriting everything. It is dwelling, it has gone through everything. This is called Samvritam. I hope. Inside, outside, everywhere it is there. So this is now giving the Mahavakya that Purush alone is. And please note now Jeev, because that means entry of the Jeev is false. The Jagat is false. It is falsified. What was Upanishad falsifying in from first mantra to fifth mantra in this particular Madhu Brahman? बोले नाम है मधु लेकिन बात बड़ी कठोर कर रहे हैं. Honey, you are very bitter. Wife's name is Honey. Well, don't be so bitter, Honey. You are speaking very harsh. Hmm. No, Honey, no. Don't sit and talk like that. So, like that is there. It's a Mahavakya कि it is all pervading. That which was in the body is everywhere. You have negated the bodiness and you have negated the cosmicness. Vyashti and Samashti has been removed. An essence of Vyashti and Samashti is retained. It's called Bhag Tyag Lakshan. And therefore, oneness of Jeev and Paramatma has been mentioned. What was in the body, now it is everywhere. That means it is not in the body. It is appearing in the body. Same consciousness is there. This is Mahavakya. So this completes this beautiful 18 mantra. इसमें जान है बहुत ज़्यादा. We will now conclude 19 mantras. 19 mantra. But we will conclude that in our next class. And then we will have last Brahman, which has very small points to say. Sixth Brahman. So by evening we will try to complete that. Hari Om Tat Sat. Please sit straight. Instead of seeing what is seen, take the attention who is seeing. Watch the ahankar, this entity who is seeing, who is holding the thought. Is it real? We are not able to objectify our ahankar anymore. See the coming and going of false I. I am happy, I am sad, I am excited, I am afraid. See this I as incidental and not intrinsic. Incidental means having a cause to come. Anything which sees because of something else, it is false. Because of him, I got happy. Because of him, I got sad. This is incidental I. Intrinsic I does not change. It is the kutastha or anvil on which all changes are taking place. Purnamada Purnamidam Purnat Purnamadachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnameva Vatishyate Om Shanti 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 Hari Om Shri Gurubhyo Namaha Hari Om